Hello everyone. Today, I want to share with you a love story. Not perfect, not fairy tale pink, but one that makes our hearts tremble with empathy. Do you believe that when two wounded hearts meet, they can both hurt each other and heal each other? Do you believe that to stay together for a long time, love alone is not enough? It also takes listening, understanding, compromise, and the courage to face the fears of the past. This is the story of a man who lost faith after being betrayed, and a woman who grew up in a broken family, carrying a fear of marriage, yet always longing for a small home of her own. They met, loved, broke up, and found their way back to each other. And their journey taught them, and us, that love is not just a fleeting emotion, but a choice to stay, every single day. He was once deeply in love. To him, love was never a game. When he loved, he gave everything, trusted wholeheartedly, but that trust was betrayed. The one he loved kept secrets, making him the outsider in a love triangle. He was deceived, abandoned, and in the end, left with nothing but a heart full of scars. After that, he still lived, still smiled, but his faith was shattered. He became sensitive, suspicious, and constantly overthinking. With anyone new, he was cautious, afraid of being hurt again. He knew it was unfair to others, but fear kept whispering inside. Never trust anyone completely again. She was strong, yet fragile. Her parents divorced when she was young. Her childhood was filled with nights of arguments, watching her mother cry, living in the emptiness of a broken family. Since then, she carried an unshakable fear. Marriage is suffering. Love never lasts. She lived with her mother, taking responsibility for both of them. To others, she looked independent, capable, but they never saw that her strength was just armor. Deep down, she longed for a home, arms strong enough to protect her, love deep enough for her to lean on. She craved someone to wait for her at the dinner table, laughter in a house that wasn't empty. Yet, whenever someone got close, fear pushed her away. She feared that if she married, no one would take care of her mother. She feared repeating her parents' tragedy. And so, she yearned but avoided, her heart closed yet still quietly hoping one day fate would send someone sincere enough to break down her walls. Fate brought them together one rainy afternoon. Nothing special, just a chance conversation in a cafe. But his eyes, her smile, sparked a strange sense of recognition. At first, they were both cautious. He didn't want to trust too quickly. She didn't dare open up too much. But the more they spoke, the more they discovered familiar fears. Joking confessions like, "I don't really believe in love anymore," or "I don't think marriage can be happy," made them feel safe. And so, they began a relationship. In the early days, everything was beautifully sweet. He took her down glowing city streets. She leaned against his shoulder on the bike, feeling protected for the first time. She laughed more. He felt lighter. They shared everything, from little work frustrations to painful memories of the past. He didn't give her expensive gifts, but small candles, so that when I'm not there, you can still feel warm, he said. Whenever she lit one, the scent filled her room, reminding her he was close, and she didn't feel alone. She also learned how to give him the reassurance he lacked. Whenever she went out, she'd send a short text, "I'll be late." Simple, but enough to calm his heart. When his fears overwhelmed him, instead of scolding, she would hold him and whisper, "Tell me what you're afraid of. I'll stay until it passes." They created a nightly ritual. Before bed, they'd share one small story from the day. A worry, a joke, even just, "I tried a new dish." Slowly, he realized that sharing didn't drive her away. It pulled them closer. He too began to change, not just with her, but with her mother. Whenever her mum was sick, he checked in, brought medicine, reminded her to take care. Birthdays, hers and her mother's, he never forgot. This gave her peace. Their love didn't mean choosing between her mum and her happiness. Through these small habits, their hearts stitched back together. She no longer had to always be strong. She could finally lean on him. And he, day by day, learned to trust again, because she proved he would not be left behind. But love isn't made of smiles alone. It all began with a small misunderstanding. One night, she went out for dinner with a male colleague. Just work, just social courtesy. But he happened to see. The sight tore open, old wounds of betrayal. His chest ached. He didn't ask. He didn't wait for her explanation. That night, he sent a short message. Let's end this. Her world collapsed. All the days together, all the sacrifices, erased in a moment of doubt. She wanted to explain, but he refused to listen. She cried, not out of anger, but helplessness. That night, neither slept. He lay staring at the ceiling, replaying their sweetest moments. Her trembling voice saying, I just want a place to lean on. Her laughter at his silly gifts. She sat in darkness, remembering his patience with her mother, his arms steady when she broke down, both aching, but neither willing to take the first step. That night, their hearts pushed them outside. She walked aimlessly, and so did he. As if an invisible string pulled them, they met again under the drizzle. No long explanations, no accusations. They simply ran into each other's arms, holding tight, tears flowing. Through sobs, he whispered, I'm sorry. I was too hasty. Not trusting you was my fault. She choked back, I'm sorry. I wasn't clear enough. I made you worry. They clung to each other, crying like children. The pain and anger dissolved in that embrace. When the tears stopped, they looked into each other's eyes and saw their own hearts reflected back. Love isn't always rosy. It has sunny days, and it has storms. It has laughter, and it has nights of tears. What matters is not whether we've been hurt, but whether, after everything, we still choose to come back to each other. If you're in love, remember, love is not just a feeling, it's a choice. The choice to listen instead of staying silent. The choice to trust instead of doubt. And the choice to hold hands through the storms, even knowing there will be more ahead. Thank you for listening to today's story. May you also find someone you can be soft with, someone you can trust, someone you can call your little family.